It's Joseph here from Eightcap. Welcome to today's update. So we were looking at a few cryptocurrencies. They were pretty interesting price-wise, but it's a little bit hard to go past what happened last night with the CPI. I know it's probably been done to death already by now, but anyway, here's our 2 cents on the whole thing that happened last night. So our time morning New York time at 8:30 a.m. So we saw this data is coming off FF. So core CPI we saw coming at 0.4% above the 0.3 that was. Now that's sort of, I think, a bit of a hit there because the core CPI was one of the month-on-months that was really worrying people as it refused to sort of budge. So that went up to 0.4%, which is above expectations. And then the month-on-month CPI went up to 0.3%. The year-on-year, that was forecast to come in at 2.9. The last data was 3.4, but it came in at 3.1. So yes, it is below the last data, but it was a little bit above what was expected. And if we do combine that with some of the comments from the Fed, I think that really this gives us an understanding of the reaction we saw yesterday. Combine that with stock markets that have been pretty hot for a couple of weeks, record after record after record, and it doesn't take much to get a bit of selling going. So we saw a pretty good example of that last night. So I think really moving forward from this point now is the question I'm really wondering now is this just a short-term pullback, or is this something a little bit more and potentially has momentum changed? Now, the only reason I'm saying that is obviously they're still expecting the rate cuts to start to come through at some stage. The question is, when will that happen? And now with CPI going up above what was expected, does that now change the short-term picture a little bit from a lot of traders' minds, as inflation may be a little bit more stickier than first thought? And is that going to maintain the current, firm hand from the Fed and maintain that rates are going to stay higher for longer? And is that longer period of term now has that even gotten longer now? So that's sort of what I'm thinking now. If we move that back to price, we start to ask the question of, are we going to see something a little bit deeper now? And I think what we'll need to see first is a break of this area here that put up some fight last night. Everything still remains very firm. We can see this uptrend running, and this nice leg continues to go. Price did break through that trend line here. There's a bit of a diagonal pattern there, ending diagonal, maybe you could call it, with that trend line. We saw a breakout of that through that uptrend last night. So that's a fast trend, and so things are starting to happen, but this could just be a situation that we've seen previously, like we saw here, or we have seen here, where we have a deep pullback and then we have a new rally start. That's not a really good example because we made new lower lows, but we can see here these pullbacks then turn back into new moves higher. So it's going to need a little bit more work to really clarify and confirm to us that is a confirmed break of this fast trend, and we're going to see a deeper move. I think what sellers need to do is break this level of support, get back down into these areas, and then if we do break this level, that would be starting to tell us things could be a little bit more serious. If we don't see a break of this level and we see a bit more, and we just see a consolidation, maybe a test down with a low, comes back up into it, and then more tests and a breakout of this resistance, we'll look for price to continue higher. But at the moment, we're just looking to see how price basically reacts and how it goes if it does start trading into this area here. If we see a break at this support level, that starts to paint a slightly different picture, but for the short-term trend. But we'll see, if we do just have a bit of a pullback around these areas, and then if it can continue on and break that resistance. So I think that's what really we're looking to see at the moment. And for sellers, they need to break this level and then get back down to test and break this level. If we see any nice higher lows in these areas or bouncing back above this level and a break of this resistance here, that could signal that this uptrend is still looking to go further. So, and they may shake off some of the worries that they did see last night. So we'll continue to have a look at it, and we'll see if we do see a deeper pullback, could be a buying opportunity to get back in on the trend, or if we do see any signs that things could be a little bit more serious than first thought. So we will see how price action unfolds over the next few days to a couple of weeks. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in, and we wish you all the best with your trading day. And if you want to let us know your thoughts on where you think the US30 or other US indexes are going, the Russell was hit really hard last night as well. That's the small caps. Yeah, feel free to drop us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. So apart from that, good trading and bye for now.